Dear students, welcome to the online class of class 10 Civics chapter 3. We had already taken chapter 1 power sharing, then we have taken chapter 2 federalism. We learned about features of federalism. We learned about federal form of government, unitary form of government. We learned about what is the language policy of India. We learned about center-state relationships. We learned about decentralization. Now we come to the third chapter, democracy and diversity. We know that there is diversity in our culture, there is diversity in language, there is diversity in religion. Even when we look at nature, we find that there is a diversity. You see the kind of flowers, see the kind of birds, see the kind of fish. So in everything you find there is diversity. So in this chapter we are going to study that there can be social differences based on physical appearance, based on caste, color, based on gender, etc. So before we start the real class, first I will show you a video relating to the diversity in India. Dear children, we are coming to the third chapter of civics, democracy and diversity. So you have seen a video about democracy and diversity. We know that India is a land of diverse religions, diverse culture, diverse language. In the previous chapter, federalism, we learned about how power is shared among linguistic and region basis. But we find that in democracy, people can be identified not only on the basis of their language and region, they can also be identified on the basis of their physical appearance, their class, religion, gender, caste, tribe, etc. This kind of differences exist. So in this chapter, we are going to study about how people can relate with others on the basis of these social differences. How do social differences affect social divisions? How politics is affected by social divisions? And we also learn from an example of Mexican Olympics 1968, how the athletes who took part in the Olympic Games, how did they react to racial discrimination? So, as we study this chapter, democracy and diversity in detail, I hope you will understand more about this chapter, democracy and diversity. So let us move on to our civics chapter 3, democracy and diversity. First, let us find out what is the origin of a social difference. We know that there is social difference in every society, in every country. First of all, we must understand the social difference is based on accident of birth. Let us take the example of our lives. We are born into a particular community, a particular family, not by choice, by accident of birth. We may belong to a particular religion today because our parents belong to that religion. My father was a Christian, so I became a Christian. So each individual is connected to a particular religion because of the accident of birth. He was born in such a family of such a religion, so he is called by that, but he belongs to that particular religion because his parents belong to that particular religion. So first one, what is the origin of social difference is it is based on accident of birth. We are not born into it by choice, but by accident of birth. Let us take as we understand the examples, we will understand more better. Whether we are male or female, or even transgender, whether we are tall or short, different physical appearance. The first one is gender difference, whether we are male or female, or a transgender, whether we are tall or short, that is our physical appearance. Whether we are tall or short, whether we are black or white, all depends on accident of birth. So we didn't have a choice. So either we are born as a male or female, either we are tall or short, whether we are black or white, whatever color we have, is all based on accident of birth. So we have to accept that fact. We cannot change that all of a sudden. So that is the first factor. The origin of social difference is based on accident of birth. We are born into that community because our parents belong to that community. So there is no choice for us. Second one, the origin of social difference is based on choice. We have many choices in our life. We have the choice to believe in God or not to believe in God. That is our choice. For example, a person who does not believe in God, he is called a theist. So people have the choice to believe in God, or not to believe in God. Let us take another example. To choose the course of study or college is our choice. After our maybe after our 10th, which school you want to join? After plus 2, which college you want to join? Is our choice. Which course of study we want to take? Whether we want to take a medical stream, non-medical stream, commerce stream, humanities stream, that is our choice. Another one, to take part in which games is our choice. So there is football, there is cricket, there is basketball, there is volleyball. Which game you want to participate? So that is your choice. We have a choice with regard to our friends. We have a choice with regard to our even food that we eat. When you go to a restaurant, you are given a menu card and you choose your food. So these things are based on choice. To believe in God or not to believe in God is our choice. To choose the course of study or which school or college you want to study, that is our choice. And so like that we have so many choices in our life. So the origin of social difference is based on two factors. One, it is based on accident of birth. So we are born into a particular religion or a particular family by accident of birth. And social difference is also based on a choice. We have seen so many examples. Students, I hope you have understood the first question. What is the origin of a social difference? Let us move on to the next question. Distinguish between overlapping and cross-cutting differences. First, let us study about overlapping differences. In overlapping differences, it is very difficult to accommodate social differences. Very difficult to accommodate people of different religions, different languages, different ethnic groups, etc. And the second point, it is easy to pit one group against another. It is easy to turn one group of people against another group of people. It leads to social divisions and conflicts. It leads to social divisions and conflicts, tensions, violence, even breakup of the country. Example, Northern Ireland. We will be studying in detail about Northern Ireland later. The second difference is cross-cutting difference. Cross-cutting difference, it is easy to accommodate social differences. It is easy to accommodate social differences. We can accommodate people of different religions, regions, language, races, etc. It is difficult to pit one group against another. It is very difficult to turn one group against another group. It does not lead to social divisions and conflicts. We have the example, Netherlands. In Netherlands, the Protestants and Catholics, they live together peacefully without any tensions and conflicts. Because in Netherlands you will find there are Protestants and there are Catholics who are equally rich and equally poor. So some Catholics are poor, some Protestants are also poor. So there is no problem, there is no tension, there is no division, no conflicts, and they live peacefully. Protestants and Catholics live peacefully in Netherlands. But that is not the case with Northern Ireland. Let us come to the next question. How did the athletes receive their medals during the Olympic ceremony of 1968 in Mexico? So we see that during the Olympic Games of Mexico 1968, the 200-meter race was over and Tommy Smith got gold medal, John Carlos got a bronze medal, and Peter Norman got silver medal in the 200-meter race. And they were made to stand on the victory stand. Now, how did they receive their medals? The John Carlos and Tommy Smith stood with clenched fist and bowed head while receiving the medals. There was one more man, Peter Norman. Peter Norman wore a human rights badge. He also supported them. They did not wear shoes but only black socks to show black poverty, to show black power. So, these athletes, they did not wear shoes. They were only wearing black socks to show black poverty. And by standing with a clenched fist and bowed head, by not wearing shoes, what were they trying to do? They were trying to protest against racial discrimination in US. You know, the Afro-Americans, who were the descendants of blacks who came to America to work in the plantations as slaves between the 17th century and in the early 19th century. They were facing the problem of racial discrimination, or we call it apartheid. So during this international event, Olympic ceremony, they were trying to draw international attention towards racial discrimination which was practiced in America. Even today, recently we came across an Afro-American was killed in America, and that led to many protests and violence in many parts of the world. So as a result, what happened? As a result of their protest, their medals were taken away and they were criticized very badly in America. Peter Norman, he was not included in the next Australian Olympics team. So, but later you find when Peter Norman died, John Carlos and Tommy Smith, they went for his funeral, and they were also helping to carry his coffin to the graveyard. Even though Peter Norman was a white, he supported the Afro-Americans, John Carlos and Tommy Smith, because they were all athletes. And he was supporting a noble cause. Let us come to the next question. Every social difference does not lead to social divisions. explain the statement. Social difference is there in every country, in every community, but it does not lead to social divisions. Social differences divide the similar people from one another, but they also unite the very different people. So they can divide people, they can unite people. The same people can be, social difference can divide the similar people, they can also unite different people. Second point, people belonging to different social groups share differences and similarities, forgetting about or cutting across the boundaries of their groups, forgetting about their boundaries of their groups. They come out and share their differences and similarities. They are willing to accommodate each other. And the third point, it is fairly common for people belonging to the same religion to feel that they do not belong to the same community. Even though they belong to the same religion, they feel that they do not belong to the same community because their caste is different, because their sect is different. They are not maybe upper caste. Some may be upper caste, some may be lower caste, even though they belong to the same religion. In every religion, you will find this kind of feeling among the people that they do not belong to the same community, even though they belong to the same religion, because of their class, because of their level is different. Their caste is different. Some may be rich, some may be poor, all because of that. So, fourth point, it is also possible for people from different religions to have the same caste and feel close to each other. That is another aspect. It is possible people from different religions to have the same caste. Even though they belong to the different religions, but they are from the same caste. Upper caste people belong to the different religions. They feel close to each other. The lower class people, even though they belong to the different religions, they still feel close to each other because they are of the same caste. So the caste connections bring them much more closer, even though they belong to different religions. The last point, rich and poor persons from the same family do not keep close relations with each other, for they feel they are different. Even in our own families, we can find the rich people and the poor persons from the same family. Some brothers are rich, some brothers are poor. Normally, we try to keep in contact with rich people, try to contact with the rich people. And the rich people, they may not make a visit to the poor families. Even maybe their own brothers and sisters. So we try to keep close relations with those people who are of our status. We see their economic background much more than any other things. So that is why I said that even though they belong to the same family, the rich and poor persons do not keep close relations with each other because they feel they are different. So during all functions, you can find that difference. So other people find it difficult to go to such kind of houses because they don't have such kind of possessions which they have. So that is the question that we discussed. Every social difference does not lead to social differences. So with that we come to the end of today's class, Democracy and Diversity. We learned about what is the origin of social difference. Social difference is based on accident of birth, and it is also based on choice. We studied what is the difference between overlapping differences and cross-cutting differences. Overlapping difference is very threatening. It can divide a society. It can lead to tensions, violence, and all that. On the other hand, cross-cutting difference is very easy to accommodate. We also studied how the athletes receive their medals during the Olympic ceremony. How they tried to draw international attention towards racial discrimination which was practiced in America. And we learned the last question, every social difference does not lead to social divisions. So I want all of you to write down these questions and answers in your notebook neatly. Learn them and point wise, and you should not postpone today's work for another day, and you must get ready for the test the very next day, and you should also read the chapter 2 or 3 times so that you may have a better understanding of the chapter.